This call is now being recorded.
Hey everyone, this is the Kiki Panda here on the Kiki Panda blog, bringing you guys another video commentary, but this time I am joined by Melo from LYASSOFILMS. Melo, please introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, this is Melo over at LYASSOFILMS. How's everyone doing today? We're going to be talking about single versus in a relationship.
Yes, but in all the nerdy, geeky, and dorky sense of the word, yes, we're including those popular personalities into the mix.
Exactly.
Now, Melo, of course, he's single, and I have my girlfriend, so we clearly the lines have already been drawn.
Exactly.
So, okay, Melo, why do you think the single life is better for you?
The single life for me is better because two reasons, in my personal opinion, and I'll give a third reason why the relationship life is a little better. Single life is better because you don't have that. You don't have to call somebody or text somebody to make sure everything's okay. Like, I want to go out with friends and go to a bar. I want to go to the club. I don't have to text somebody and say, hey, is it alright? I can just do it. But, and then there's also, I can talk and flirt with any girl I want, technically. And then the three is, well, it's nice to have someone to come home to and talk to. You know, someone who gets you. So I understand being in a relationship thing, too.
Yeah, it's, there's definitely pros, cons in between that. Granted, it all, for me, I'm happily taken, Yeah, my girlfriend, she's really awesome. She plays video games. We play video games together. We watch anime and movies. We go out to places. It all really depends on a few factors. Like, sometimes the single life might be better because the relationship is, going sour. It all depends on a few. It all varies,
Exactly. Well, what's your opinion? What are your reasons for enjoying being in a relationship?
I just hate that feeling of, I'm 23 years old, Melo, I'm still, in the okay area of being in the party years, but, I just hate feeling alone,
Exactly. I agree with you there.
I just hate that feeling, I hate it whenever I go to the movies to, go, go to, the midnight release of something. I always hate it. I always hate, going to something like, I always hate going to an anime convention by myself, It just kind of sucks in certain situations you're just by yourself.
Exactly. But, I mean, you gotta say that too. I understand that. But you also gotta realize that sometimes it's easier to be single. So you don't have to worry about getting someone mad all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
But, I agree that being in a relationship, in a way, could be better.
It definitely has pros and cons, again, for me in a relationship, I have the chance to now, I can go to anime conventions with my girlfriend, we're planning on going to Anime Boston together. I can, I can do this, I can do that.
Well, here's my question. Cosplay thing.
Oh god. I haven't ventured into that personally, but it's always an interesting idea. There, I said it.
I don't know why you wouldn't. I would love it.
No, for anime conventions wise, cosplay couples, you two cosplays the same, the same characters or the same, area, game or anime. That's always awesome.
True. I'll give you that.
Yeah, as far as, okay, now I know that you're gonna bring up sex, and it's kind of like single life, you're not tied down to anything. You can do literally what you want to do.
Exactly. But, I do agree, I will agree with you, that I wish sometimes I was in a relationship so I could actually talk to somebody if I'm ever depressed or something like that.
That's the one thing that's appealing. You get the emotional support, emotional and emotional and sexual support. Like for me, for example, like sex when you brought it up, like some people can say, like it's better to be single because you can, meet a variety of girls, you're not tied down. Granted, yeah, it's better to be taken. Like, granted, sometimes some relationships, sometimes they're just waiting until marriage to have sex. Sometimes their sex life isn't per se that good or
Exactly.
painful. Like, let's face it, it does happen, but it's kind of like they care about they care or they love each other more. That sex is, it's not required, but if it happens, for me, in a relationship, having good sex definitely is a bonus.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's a big bonus. Like, if you're basing a relationship on, if, okay, let me just say simpler terms. If there's bad sex going on, you can see it happen.
Exactly.
Like, you know the guy, no one's happy. But, again, sex, sometimes sex is not the most important thing, but it just helps.
No, I definitely agree there. Sex is not the most important thing, but it's one of those things where you kind of want it to be there, too.
Yeah. But it's still, like, personally, like, when I go on an anime convention, being single, I can see why it's so good, You can meet tons of girls at an anime convention, have fun, hang out with them, maybe even get lucky or just have fun at the rave or, make out. Or, or if you're taken, it just adds on to the experience of the relationship. It's a new experience that you're, experiencing together.
Exactly.
It's just, the thing is that in an argument of is it better to be single versus is it better to be in a relationship, you can't get an accurate reading or an accurate, proof or truth of it. It's just because it varies between people.
Mm-hmm.
Like think of it this way: situations are always different. Some situations it's better to be single than to be in a relationship. Other situations it's better to be real in a relationship than to be single. But even then, it's different for everyone.
Exactly. Well, I agree with you there. I think what it comes down to is what you're in the mood for. You're in the mood to be in a relationship, or if you're ready to be in a relationship, if not, be single.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of like it depends on again it's age age-wise you can say teenagers to to the college students you got we can be single if we want to but when we start hitting that age where start tying things down then yeah like I'm hitting that age where I gotta start thinking about future stuff.
No, I agree. Totally.
That's why I'm kind of envious of like the younger generations, because they're living the highlight. Like when I go to anime conventions, I see all these teenagers. I'm like, wow, they're living in the highlight. They're living in the good years, the golden years. Granted, when you're a college student, you are the golden years, because you can drink. Yeah, it's just seriously, it's really hard.
One day we'll figure out the answer to everything.
Yeah, but overall, let's do it off of the closing statement. Melo, why do you think being single works?
Not having to be bothered by someone 90% of the time is a huge benefit.
Okay. And anything else? Just keep it short and sweet.
Well, hopefully we have a better topic to talk about next time, and we can continue this conversation for a while. And check out Geeky Panda blog, and check out LYASSOFILMS on YouTube.
Yep. And for me, I prefer being in a relationship because you have the emotional support and the and the physicalness of a relationship because it makes you feel good, it makes you happy. But again, overall, it all depends. There's no right answer. to this.
Exactly.
So, alright, and don't forget, guys, to go to Melo's channel at LYASSOFILMS and subscribe. There will be a link available. It's also a link on my channel page as well. So, Melo, again, I'm thankful. I'm happy that you're here.
Thanks, man, and thank you for letting me on your channel.
Alright, now this is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog. Signing out to remember, stay geeky, my friends.